The world of cartoons, and what I've selected for us to tackle is SpongeBob. So, SpongeBob is actually quite easy to make. So first, let's do the sponge part. So just draw a wavy line that goes a little bit inwards from the bottom at the top. We just do a wavy line across and just connect it in the corner. Then we do another line downwards that goes a little bit inwards. There you go. And then you connect again with a wavy line from the bottom. And there we go. That's already the sponge done. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna give SpongeBob those square pants. So what you need to do is you just draw a rectangle at the bottom. There we go. And you sort of cut that in the middle. The top is gonna be the shirt and the bottom is the pants. Then let's give the shirt some colors, and in the middle we do a third triangle, and from that triangle we hang the tie. Right, so now we've got already some major parts of the square pants done. Then let's do next legs. Legs are just two really thin sticks. And then we do 1, 2, 3 in the middle of them because he's got socks on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's legs done. Then what we're going to do is we're going to draw shoes. So the way to tackle these is to first draw a little bit of a wavy line to get the heel, and then this kind of a shape, a little bit like a 3 that goes over, and then that means, and here as well, 1, 2, and 3 the other way. There we go, and there we've got the SpongeBob's shoes like that. Then next thing to do, let's do shirt for the SpongeBob. So what you do is you draw like that, and then let's do the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, and this second one is gonna wave a bit. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's give a little bit of shape for those arms. There we go. But they are just as stick-like as the legs were. Then the easiest ways to do the face would be to sort of find the middle spot, which is somewhere here, and then you draw there a nose. There we go. And then you sort of, as you go, you need to have the bottoms of the eye sort of match almost the bottoms of the nose. It sort of ends a little bit higher. And try to make 2 squares that are sort of stuck together but open outwards. So you go straight up from the middle and round, 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 and you connect it to the nose. And then the other one does exactly the same thing. There we go. Then let's do some eyelashes, and SpongeBob's eyelashes are actually quite thick. So what I would say is that just do 3 eyelashes and make them a bit thicker. A little bit of color inside. There we go. There, and 2 and 3. Okay, SpongeBob has eyelashes. Then let's do the eyes. So you do black in the middle, and then we need blue outside. There we go. Black. I'm gonna color that part blue. Right. Then the next thing, let's do the mouth. So mouth is approximately as wide as the eyes are. So you just go and whatever is that you got left, go a little bit over halfway. And then let's do teeth. And a little bit of chin. There we go. And then the last thing to do is the spongy look. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw some of these little sponge holes. And there we go. And a couple more onto the other side. There. And what is still missing is the belt. So the Spongebob does not have a belt. There we go. Let's make a belt for the Spongebob. There. Reagan, oh sorry, I'm just concentrating in my drawing. Reagan is saying such a good drawing, thank you very much. And Gio Mumsky is saying hi, and Jacob is saying yo. Hello everybody. It's lovely to have you here. So there's our Spongebob. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna color. So what I've, Brennan is also saying hi, hello. So what I've done is I've selected a few colors here, and these are going to be the colors of the Spongebob. So let's go and do some blue for the eyes. Spongebob actually has really piercing blue eyes, I noticed. I don't think I've ever really paid much attention before, but now that I started drawing him, and I was looking at some pictures, and I was like, oh wow, actually Spongebob has very blue eyes. Right, there's that. And let's go for very red. I've realized that in cartoons the colors are very often quite strong, isn't it? You know, something to catch your eye. So there we go. There is Spongebob's tie, like that. That's most important parts there. And the next thing would be to do the pants. I'm surprised they have gone for brown pants. There we go. I guess just to tone it down a bit. Okay, so we've got brown pants coming up. There. Like that. I think the socks are white, if I remember correctly. And gonna need to put some black in those shoes. I'm pretty sure those were black. There we go. Now Bob's got brown pants. Gio is saying your voice is calming. Thank you very much. It's lovely to hear that. As long as you don't fall asleep. Just kidding. I don't mind. Falling asleep in the middle of Spongebob tutorial. Ha! There we go. So proper shiny black shoes for our Spongebob. His shoes have surprisingly high heel. There we go. Here's another one. There we go. 2 shiny boots. There we go. So now SpongeBob's got shoes. And what shall be next? I think the next thing to do is to tackle the actual sponge. So we're gonna leave the shirt white. We're gonna leave some white socks, but those legs are yellow. And so is the sponge. So I've chosen this light yellow for the sponge. To me, the yellow looks a bit like it's seen better days on the SpongeBob. There we go. And I'm not even going to try to get that yellow completely even, because after all, he is a sponge. There we go. Let's just try not to make his teeth yellow. I think that's where I draw the line. There we go. Like that. Whoops. And a little bit more color. Yeah, so I would say SpongeBob is one of those that it looks harder to draw than what it actually is. It looks like it's got complex bits, but actually when you start coloring it and drawing it, it's not really that bad. You can do it quite easily. It's just a question of trying. There we go. We almost have SpongeBob done. Let's see. There we go. Looks like such a happy chap, this little one. Little SpongeBob today. There we go. A little bit more. And then, oops, actually, I should really color the nose as well, shouldn't I? I was just about to say that I need to find a color also for those little spongy parts. There. Yep. And I'm gonna leave that like it is. A little bit uneven color. There. I think we're almost having a SpongeBob here. And then let's see if I can find a nice yellow that is sort of a little bit darker, but not, oof, that went a little bit apricot. Something that is a little bit yellowy and a little bit browny, and I think I just found the color I wanted for these spongy parts. So a little bit yellow and a little bit brown. There we go. Ta-da! There is our SpongeBob. Thank you very much for watching today my live. Give me likes, give me subscribe if this is something that you'd like to see in the future. Thank you very much for coming. Bye!